What's for dinner?
Same as every day.
Again?
Got to get back to the cave. We got to get back and look at 40,000 years ago, 30,000 years ago, before agriculture, before the explosion of population. We have to look at those people living in that cave as distant cousins. We are, in almost every respect, physiologically identical. Genetically, intellect, identical to 30,000, 40,000 years ago. We have to look at their life. We have to look at their lifestyle. We have to look at, they didn't have any way to measure anything. They didn't know any of this stuff, but they were intelligent. They had the same brain power we have. Their library hadn't been filled up with useless nonsense yet. They ate when they could. And if they could eat more often, they ate when they were hungry because they knew that they needed to conserve food. They knew how to forage for survival food when the main food wasn't there. And we have to pattern ourselves after that.
We are the carnivores, hear us sing! Rulers of the wild, mighty kings! With claws and fangs we own the night, when Drang's triumphant might!
Oh yeah, we can throw in the run barefoot in the park and don't, wear red lights and get in the saunas and take cold. We could put in all that stuff trying to imitate what they did, but that's not the important stuff. The important stuff is the food you eat. It is the only medicine that really makes any difference. We have become a society that eats nothing but poison. Is it any wonder why we can't build enough hospitals or nursing homes? So if you want to be a carnivore, the best exercise, as far as I'm concerned, is to put yourself in the cave in your imagination and try to mimic it as close as you can. You've got no refrigerator, you've got no cupboard, you've got the remnants of the last hunt, maybe, if they're in season, some berries, maybe some tubers, you got fire. Most of you wouldn't survive, but evidently some of them did and went on to become your ancestors. Some humans didn't live in caves. Some humans lived in tropical climates near the ocean. They didn't hunt big hairy animals. They fished. If their ancestors lived there for a long time, their physiology adapted to that. Which is why an Eskimo is not going to do real well on the Mediterranean diet. So it's important, if you want to try to figure out what might be the best diet for you, to track your own ancestry back and try to figure out how they lived. Problem is, once we invented airplanes and travel, we all moved away from where our ancestors evolved. Mine came out of the Mediterranean long ago and went into Europe, probably 30, 40,000 years ago, and finished adapting in Russia or Eastern Europe and a cold climate. So that's probably the best for me. If you're Hawaiian and your ancestors ate pineapples and fish, that might be the best for you. Maybe for a generation or two until you intermarry and your kids intermarry and their kids intermarry, and then there's only homogenized genetics where none of us are even different skin colors anymore. And it won't be too long, too many more generations before there are no more black people and no more white people. Everybody on this planet will be a nice caramel color, and we will be homogenized. Any dietary evolution that was different in the different tribes will all be mixed together, and nobody will know what the hell they're supposed to eat, and hopefully we can survive. But that's not how we evolved. We didn't evolve to all be the same. Physiologically, we're the same, but epigenetically and adapting, some of us aren't even close, which is why it's very hard to give advice telling people what to do. You've got to know so much about them, and then you can only take a guess. So anybody that comes on here and tells you something absolute, you got to do this, and this is why, and there's no doubt about it, and, just ignore those people. Nobody knows, including me. Most people will not admit that they don't know enough to help you because they don't know you. And anybody that presumes to give advice to people they don't know is the biggest fool and the most dangerous human being on the planet. Unless that advice is broad and fits in with the evolution of our species. And that basically is 2 words. 2 words. Eat meat. Conversely, avoid plants if possible. That is about the only advice that I will give anybody with any certainty, and I probably don't think I'm going to do much harm with that. Maybe we need a carnivore oath like a Hippocratic oath.
All right, boys, zebra stew's ready. Who's hungry? Smells amazing, Mitch. Pure carnivore fuel. Carnivore, this menu's all meat. What about balance? Balance? Rick, we're lions. Meat is balance. Exactly. Pass the buffalo. This zebra stew is peak carnivore, boys. Nothing beats fresh kill cooked over open flame. Totally, this is real lion fuel. Exactly. Now grab a plate before Kiltsy eats it all. Balance? Rick, you're killing me. We're apex predators. This is the ultimate balanced diet. Okay, you win. Just don't eat my share of the zebra.
Make sure you eat enough fat every day. Eat when you're hungry. It may take a while to get adapted to it. Follow your natural cues like animals do because we are animals. We share the same biology and physiology with most mammals on this planet. From the little shrew to the biggest elephant. If you look at our individual cells, they work the same way. Take the rest of the day off and eat meat.